Melbourne really has established itself as the first race on the Formula One calendar. It's etched in that position, and hosting the season opening race adds a whole new level of intrigue. The fans can't wait to see the new cars, the new drivers. The media want to know about the impact of the new rules, and the place where it's all properly put to the test for the first time is on the Albert Park Grand Prix circuit.
It's like the opening track to an album. You know, it's got to be an absolute belter. It's got to be rocking to get your heart pumping, and that's what Melbourne does.
Oh, there's no question that Melbourne's established itself as the iconic season opener. You know, we've tried different places in the past, and anything anybody would say at the time was, it's okay, but it doesn't feel like Melbourne, does it? It doesn't feel like the right place to start the race.
And Melbourne puts on a fantastic event. The whole Grand Prix event there is a great way to kick off the season.
I don't think there would have been an Australian Grand Prix if Ron Walker hadn't been there.
You need people who are passionate about a cause. Ron Walker is a person that really, really delivered pride and value to the city of Melbourne.
You know, all these key sporting events, they don't have to come to our shores, but they do. And Ron was someone that could see the tourism component.
In the early days, Bernie would acquire other events around the world. They'd sign up and they say, well, Bernie, how do we deliver this Grand Prix? And he'd say, have a word to my friend Ron Walker down in Melbourne and he'll tell you how to do it.
He carried the Grand Prix with an iron fist almost.
Jeff Kennett was the premier of the day that worked with Ron Walker, our first chairman at the Australian Grand Prix Corporation, to go out and acquire events. We now stage one of the most beautiful Formula One events.
It's just absolutely wonderful to have such a global event here in Melbourne, in Albert Park, every year. First races of the season now for many, many years.
Over the years, some great names have made their Formula One race debut in Melbourne, from Jacques Villeneuve to Fernando Alonso, Lewis Hamilton, and more recent time, of course, Max Verstappen.
Many of the drivers that are in the Formula One field at the moment have started at that Grand Prix in particular. To be on that grid, to see the 5 lights go out, and that's your Formula One career started, it's quite something. It does become a blur, but it's always one of those moments that will stick in your mind and will stand out to one of your career highs, no matter to what you go on and do.
I think Lewis Hamilton's debut in Formula One, that first corner, what a move around the outside of his teammate, two-time world champion Fernando Alonso, and what a podium finish it was.
A number of great drivers have made their Formula One race debuts at Albert Park, but we shouldn't forget the teams that have made their first appearances at the Australian Grand Prix as well. And in more recent time, the one that springs to mind is Brawn in 2009 with that unforgettable 1-2 finish.
Now, clearly had all the hallmarks of being successful with Ross there, Rubens Barrichello and also Jenson Button.
After the first lap in testing, we knew the car was fast. We knew we were going to get to Melbourne and be competitive. Starting from second, I did have some problems in coming forward, but it was a great emotion on the podium to be able to have that brand new car winning the very first race.
What happens in Melbourne often is that the winners in Melbourne go on to be champions of the year, and that's what happened in 09.
I think it would be very difficult for any other venue to replicate the relaxed atmosphere, the build-up, the sporting values that Melbourne as a city is able to deliver. It would be a very big challenge for someone else to surpass that, and frankly speaking, I don't think they should try.